Guten Tag, wie geht's? I'm Chris with Premier Guitar. We're at the Frankfurt Musikmesse, and I'm here with Jeremy Geisler of XP Audio, which handles Bolt, Forge, Motion Sound, and Morpheus. Jeremy, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm good. So you were going to give us a quick tour of the Bolt amplifier.
Yeah, this is a debut of a new amplifier line, and we've got a lot of new technology in this amp, but also staying true to traditional guitar amps at the same time. It's a 100-watt tube head with two 12AX7s, and it's a 3-channel amp, all with dedicated controls. But we've put a lot of versatility in those 3 channels. You can really think of it as 3 amps in one. I'll start off here in the clean channel. We've got a voicing switch on each channel to give you like 3 different flavors for you, and also an active tone switch that converts the tone controls from a passive style to more active, like console style cut boost EQ. And you know, we looked at amps out there and some of the strengths and weaknesses of, you know, tube amps and some of the modeling amps. And you know, I'm a huge fan of tube amps. I've played them all my life. I love them, but one problem they have is they have a really narrow sweet spot. You got to turn them up really loud to get the sound you want. And so guitar players have struggled for years trying to get that sound at lower volumes. And so now guys are going to 15-watt amps or, you know, 25-watt amps, and but then they can't get loud and clean. So what we've done is this amp can get the sound of that overdriven amp, but at any volume level. So let's start out here with a clean sound. You know, very much like a 6v6 deluxe amp. But you know, like guitar players like to push the amp a little harder, so we'll turn up the gain. So I get that crunch and that feel and that compression.
I notice as you're going here, the tube saturation meter is actually registering.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's looking at all the clipping stages throughout the whole amp and measuring how much is going into saturation, giving you some feedback. It's kind of like the RPM gauge on your car.
Punch there so we can see.
Yeah. So now you see if I turn down the volume here, or the level, I still get the same amount of
saturation.
Yeah, I still get that saturation, same tone and feel out of the amp. I can go back loud again. You know, if I want loud and clean, I just back off the gain, turn up the level. Now I'm loud and clean. A lot of headroom in there. We'll go voicing 3 on here is a Class A voicing, like EL84s, and you'll notice there's a lot more string definition. You get a lot more clarity, and also starts to break up a little bit sooner, a little more crunchy. You know, yeah, and a lot of amps, to get that sound, you know, they're pretty loud. This one, once again, I can turn down the volume. I change it's very sensitive with your guitar and your playing. You know, I turn down my volume, it cleans up really nice. You can really control the amp with your guitar and your playing style. We've got a reverb in each channel that can be configured as a plate, spring, or hall. And this one I have it configured as a spring reverb. So if I turn it up, you know, I want to do some surf stuff. Turn on. So a good springy sound. Let's go to the crunch channel here, and we've got a EL34 Marshall tone here. You know, Marshall amps, to get them to sound good, you got to turn up the master volume, get the EL34s clipping and that. This amp, you don't have to do that. You can get that nice crunch, again, at lower volume. I can turn up the gain, get some more saturation. We've got 3 voicings. We got another Class A voicing here. Cleans up. Hear that nice note definition. Yeah. We'll go to the lead channel here. Kind of picks up in gain where this one left off for the metal guys out there. Kind of a hot rodded vintage Marshall-y sound. I could also say, you know, I got this vintage sound. I want to make it sound a little more modern, and I might scoop the mids a little bit. Okay, I'm getting there, but it's just not. I want to go a little bit farther. If I hit active tone here, gets a lot more aggressive EQ on there, and you know, for the guys that like the scoop thing. much scoop as you want. And you can also dial in the frequency of that scoop. This one's got a big Hall reverb on it. If you want. We've got on the master section, we've got a solo boost that's global to all channels. It's basically when you want to go to 11.
Sure.
Yeah, and it could be either a gain or level boost. Sometimes you want to boost the gain, or you might want to boost the level. You can do either or. We've got 2 effects loops, independent, series parallel. We've got a power amp mute switch that you can mute the power amp, and there's an emulated line out on the back to get the sound of FM57 like we have here. We've also got our foot controller down here. 3 buttons for the 3 channels. I can turn the solo boost on and off, the reverb on and off, both effects loops, and I can also cycle through the voicings. If I keep hitting the switch, it changes the voicings of that channel. So really, the foot controller, you've got access to a wide variety of sounds, real flexible. We didn't design any, aside from reverb, any effects in the amp or chorus delay, because guitar players typically want to buy their own pedal and customize it. So we've designed this amp to be very effects friendly.
That sounds cool. Lots of control, lots of features. I understand you can also do a quick change on the look of this thing if you want to.
Absolutely.
Let's take a look. It's like a whole different amplifier.
Yeah, it's one of our taglines. It's the many faces of Bolt.
So where can people go online if they're interested in finding out more about Bolt amplifiers?
They can go to boltamps.com.
Sounds great. Thanks, Jeremy.
Thank you.
I'm Chris Burgess. You're watching PremierGuitar.com.